Hello everyone, and welcome to the webinar of the December 2022 release of HelloID. Due to the holidays, the setup of this webinar will be a bit different compared to the previous webinars. The service automation and provisioning domain experts will discuss the newly added features. If you have any questions, please ask them in a live chat and we'll answer them as soon as possible. Let's start with the newly added features for the service automation domain. For this webinar, I've prepared a product called Release Demo 2022.12. Let's select this product so we can show you the new features. As you can see, we've introduced a new tab called Form. If you click on the Form tab, a new interface is displayed, and you can choose to create a new form for this product by entering a name and click on the Create button, or you can choose any of the existing forms by clicking on the Select button. So let's select this existing form. Then we will have this confirmation pop-up, and it's asking you, notifying you about the fact that if you select this form, any changes you make will affect all the other linked products or delegated forms using the same form. I agree, so let's select this form. And then you will see the form designer. We have not updated or changed the designer, so it's the same designer as you used to know. But in this page, we have also a few new features and enhancements. This warning banner on top is telling you or notifying you about the fact that this form is currently used by one other product or delegated forms. So please be aware of that when updating or changing the form. It will also affect the other product or other delegated forms. Also a more general update in the whole product edit screen. So for all these tabs, whenever you make a change in your product, you will get this warning banner here that the product has unsaved changes and you need to save it before it's applied. In our case, we have linked this existing dynamic form to our product. So we have to save it first to make sure it's saved and actually linked to the product. So that's done. If you no longer want to use this form to this product, you can click on this unlink button. So then you will unlink this form. You will not delete the form from the database. It will be unlinked. So you can still use the form for other products or other delegated forms if you would like to. If you click on the button, then you will also get a confirmation pop-up that is asking you if you want to make this happen. So unlink the form. And then we have to click on save again because the product has changed but not saved yet. So we'll click on save. And after the form is unlinked, you will see the same interface again where you can create a new form or select one of the existing forms. So this is all about the new feature allowing you to create or edit your form directly from the product screen. So you no longer need to navigate to different pages. To make this happen, to make this feature work, we had to update all of the product pages. So general, actions, groups, time limit, and segregation. In general, the UI hasn't changed. It's all the same. It all works the same. But there are some items I would like to address. The first one already showed, but whenever you make an update, so let's change this workflow to instant approval. The warning banner will show that the product has unsaved changes. So we need to save it first before it is applied. Another item I would like to show you is the groups. In this screen, you can configure the groups that has access to this product. And before, this used to be a pop-up or a modal where you could select one or multiple groups, and any changes you would make in that modal was automatically saved for the product. Now, with this multi-select form element, you can select multiple groups. But as you can see, the notification is shown again, notifying you that the product has unsaved changes. So it's no autosave. Any change you make in this product on any page, you have to save it first before it's applied. One tab is missing or is not there anymore, and that's the request history. It was a sort of a duplicate. There was the request history available within the product, but also on the left side in the menu for the overall request history. And we have removed this item here because all of the new features we built will be applied in the request history overview on the left side menu. So whenever you would like to see the request history, navigate to this overview, and there you can select or filter your product and continue from that screen. One final feature I would like to share with you is the following. You won't be able to see it in this demo because of the limited browser view, but check it out for yourself in your own environment. Whenever you navigate to the different tabs in this screen, the browser URL is updated with a unique URL. So you can navigate directly to one of these tabs. So you can just copy paste the browser URL, share it with one of your colleagues, for example, or store it in your bookmarks, and you can directly navigate to the groups or to the actions tab. So that's a small, nice feature. This was the final feature for service automation. We will now continue the webinar with the new features of HelloID provisioning.
Welcome to the provisioning part of this webinar, in which there are a few items I would like to show. First one is the introduction of our new feature for supporting different time schedule options. This can be found under the source system configuration of schedules, in which before the time schedule, which is related here to the graphical layout, a user was able to select a time slot based on the local browser time. The data stored in the database was based on the local browser time related to the selected time slot, which was converted into UTC. In some cases, this could cause some different strange behavior. For example, when the daylight saving time kicked in, and this could cause the shifting of the schedule by 1 hour related to the configured time. So with this feature, we have introduced the toggle for a specific time zone configuration. And when we enable this, we get a drop-down list, which is default selected the time zone of the user's local browser setting. But this could easily be changed. You can select any time zone you like, preferred to the region your time is running. For example, we select the Europe Standard Time for Amsterdam. I have another feature here, which is to observe the daylight saving, DST. And this could cause when I select, for example, time schedule at 2 o'clock in the European Central Time for Amsterdam, and daylight saving kicks in, then the shift of an hour should not be applied to move the schedule to another time setting, but keep it in sync with the configured time. There's also some remarks on this one. For example, if we select the default ETC UTC, coordinated universal time, there is no section in this which support the daylight saving time. So when this time zone is selected and there is no support, I can even not select to follow the daylight saving time setting. So I cannot enable or disable this one related to the schedule. The next item I would like to show is how to specify the custom print format for date fields. This is it could be configured under the notification section in which a new button has been introduced for the notification settings to be configured. In here, we have a default date format, but this could be changed to a custom date format. More information about this could be found in this related article. It's a Microsoft Docs page in which all the date formats and formatting of a date string would be explained in detail. So for example, I have an example date here below, which is calculated based on the current system date and interpreted by the setting of the date format as being specified in here. So for example, when we switch over from day, month, year notation into a month, day, year notation, you see the save is in progress and then a new example date based on the new format would be showed over here. So you could always see what the outcome of the result would look like. The setting is related to all of the date fields, specifically date fields within HelloID. So for example, the contract start date, the contract end date, all of the date fields, which are stored as a date type inside the database, will be translated into the output of this format. So this means it doesn't work for custom fields because custom fields are stored inside the database as text. And when you like to specifically format them in a custom date, you have to do it from the mapping. So the data which should be stored as text should already be configured in the right format. A small remark on this release is a breaking change. So the HelloID provisioning agent needs to be updated and running to the latest version of our agent. Otherwise, it will cause some strange behavior, which would be visible in the portal. Normally, an agent will auto-update itself, but it's better to check for sure if you have the latest version running after the new release has been done. This brings us to the end of this webinar. I would like to thank everyone for their time and attention. Please feel free to leave any comments on this video or reach out to us by using our feedback.hellod.com page. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you never miss any updates on the new release of HelloID. And for a full list of features or release notes, please visit our roadmap.hellod.com page.